Okay, Lexi, and here's the next one from lesson 66. This is number 21. Again, thanks for being patient. Once I realized I couldn't do that last problem, I wanted to hold these others too so I could move on to another tutoring session that was sitting there waiting to come in. So thank you for that. So here's the rest of this. We're going to do the problems. I'm going to do one at a time. Here's number 21 on this video. All right, so let's read this. Here's the problem. The drawing of a dining room on a floor plan measures 10 inches wide and 20 inches long. If the actual, there's that word actual, dining room has a length of 50 feet, what is the width? Okay, so this is a ratio problem. We're going to set up a ratio, and actually, we're going to actually move this into two ratios set equal to each other, which we know is called a proportion. Remember that? So let me change my pen color here. So a proportion is what we're going to use, and a proportion, if you want to write this in your notes, is simply two ratios set equal to each other. The more you write those little notes, the more solid it will become in your mind. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to set a ratio 10 inches wide to 20 inches long. Nice that they're both in the same measurement. So we're going to write, we'll put a little side note over here that we're going to write a ratio that is the width to the length. Remember, a ratio compares one thing to another, and it's a breakdown of an actual number. It's like the reduced fraction of an actual number, making it smaller. Okay, so we have, excuse me, so we have width and length. So let's write here, we have 10 inches. The floor plan measures 10 inches and 20 inches. Width is 10, length is 20. We're going to set that equal to another ratio and put in there what we're trying to solve for. So we're looking to solve for the width. So we're going to keep width on the numerator, and I'm going to go ahead and fill that in with a W for width, okay? Under that, we want to put the length. So here's our proportion, is this part right here. Okay, so let's figure out what the length is. The length is 50 feet, according to the problem. But look, we've run into the same problem we were running into in other problems this morning, seeing that we have inches in the left-hand side over here and feet over here. Now, it doesn't specifically ask us in the problem to put it in either inches or feet, but we're going to change the 50 feet to inches because the other two are already set up in inches, and then, and because you can't really make, it's going to be harder to make 10 inches into feet since there's 12 inches in a foot. It's just a little harder to convert. Can it be done? Yes, but we're going to convert our feet to inches first, and then at the very end, we're going to put it in feet because feet's going to make a little bit more sense, and you'll see what I mean when we get there. So here we have 10 inches over 20 inches equals the width. These are the actual measurements over 50 feet. So we have to convert 50 feet to inches. So how many inches is 50 feet? Well, how many inches are in a foot? We established that today. There are 12. So if you multiply 50 times 12, 12 times 5 is 60, so that would be 600. Okay. I'll put that over here. If you're writing this in your notes, you'll know how we're getting through this. Okay, now I'm going to solve this proportion. And remember, we do the little butterfly method. There's little antennae on it. So we're going to have 20 times W equals 10 times 600, which is going to be 6,000. And when we divide this, if you put this in your calculator, you're going to end up with 300. Okay, now remember, we broke this down to inches. I should put that right up here with that 600 so that we remember. That's 300 inches. Now, if I went into the store to buy something, I probably wouldn't say to the person, I need, let's just say it was, I don't know, a piece of wallpaper border or a big long ribbon. I wouldn't go in there and say, I need a 300-inch piece of ribbon. She'd be like, okay, maybe we can convert that to feet to figure out how many feet that is. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to convert this to feet and get our final answer. Okay, so basically we're converting back the entire measurement for the width. So how do I figure this out? Well, I multiplied to go from feet to inches, so I'm going to divide to go from inches to feet. What do I divide by? We divide by 12. And when you do 300 divided by 12, I'm going to put it in just to ensure. 300 divided by 12, you should get 25. So the width is equal to 25 feet, and that's the answer to the problem. Okay, thank you.